It's best bets. It's best bets. It's time for all the best bets.
You got to get a hat and a cane and just everything in that place. Best bets. I'm just going to get bang on about this. Philly over the Jets -7. What are we doing here? Come on. I'm all over that. NBA MVP.
Ooh.
Hashtag spoiler alert. Jason Tatum, $8. I love that. Absolutely love it, Stats. I think Luka and the Mavs are going to stink. That's one of my leans this season. I think Giannis will probably give this a really good shake because he's got Dame, but he's like priced at around 4 or 5.
I think his scoring will drop anyway with Dame, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they both averaged over 30 last year, so it's probably going to have to come off a little. But Tatum, I think this will be the classic case of the best player on. Like, Joker is probably a pretty good look as well, but again, he's the favorite. So
yeah,
this could be what would it be? It'd be like we gave it to Embiid last year. We made a mistake. This is the correction where we probably should have given Joker 3 in a row. We're sorry.
Probably.
Joker wins it this year. He's the favorite. But if you're going to go somebody who's not exactly the favorite and you just don't want to go chalk, Tatum. They could easily be the best team in the East. Tatum would be the best player on the best team in the East that wins they win 58 games. I mean, it's hard to sort of go, we shouldn't give Jason Tatum that one. And he's the exact profile for an MVP, right? He's like 5th or 6th year now at this point.
Yep.
Amazingly, he's still only 19 years old, but still. Incredible gear from Tatum. $8. I love that price when I saw it. And the last little one, win totals. Again, a spoiler. I don't know if I mentioned this one on Wednesday's show, but the Washington under 24.5. Here is their starting lineup. Taz Jones, Jordan Poole, Denny Avdija, Kyle Kuzma, and Dan Gafford. That team stinks.
I don't know a few of those guys, and most of them are not starting in most teams.
So bad. Like, they've got nothing to play for. I'm like, well, they've got nothing to tank for. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure they do. Like, this is loss horrible. Like, Jordan Poole is just like Zion and Myers' diet, right? Empty stats, 100%.
Yeah.
Empty calories. And I think Poole, Kuzma, there's just not enough defense on this team. They're going to get just killed. There's no chance that they win 25-plus games. There is a weird one where, statistically, I think when you have teams that are under 25 wins going into a season, the over actually tends to hit around 55%.
Okay.
Might even go up to 58. But that's a lot of the time. It's sort of misjudging younger teams or tanking teams or whatever, and they sort of just outperform expectations. The East is good. The West is good. There's only 3 maybe bad teams this entire season.
Yeah,
in the
it's
NBA.
going to be even, yeah.
Easy wins. Washington are cooked. There's no way they win 25. So Washington under 24.5. One of my absolute locks. Stats Guy, what is your best bet?
Yeah, doing a bit of an AFLW rate my multi. The first one I'm going to do is St Kilda. I mentioned them yesterday, -14.5 against GWS. Does look like a big line, but they've won 3 in a row. All 3 have been allowing only less than 40 points, so the strong defense against a struggling GWS team. I don't mind that. I've sort of flipped here. I do think Hawthorn can cover the line. We're going to go Sydney head-to-head against Hawthorn. Swans just won a couple more games than Hawks this year. Hawks have only won the one game. As Alex has mentioned, the Swans have now got a few players starting to hit at least closer to their prime. All these young players that are starting to go really well, so I'm going to go them head-to-head there. Gold Coast +13.5 versus Brisbane. This is probably the toughest leg, but I think they can cover it. Brisbane absolutely choked to 11th place Collingwood last week. They were smashing them by about 20 or 30 points and then lost that game. Suns, they've won 4 of their last 5, and I think almost all their matches except one, they've covered the line. So that +13.5, I don't mind. Gold Coast have, gone really well this year. It's very surprising. Then last leg, North Melbourne versus Port Adelaide. I think the +44.5 for Port Adelaide is an absolute steal. North only won this matchup by 25 points last year, and Port, they've improved. They didn't win a game last year. They've won a game this year, Port. And they've got a lot of young players that have just been a lot better this year. So I'm surprised that that's such a big line. I know North are going really well, but that's a huge line. So I'm going to go Port at the line. They also covered that line against the Saints and Geelong. So $9.28 altogether for St Kilda -14.5, Sydney head-to-head, Gold Coast +13.5, and Port +44.5 against North.
And what's it come in at?
Rate my multi.
Thank you, Gerald. That 4-leg multi is $9.28.
Not bad. I do like the Port Adelaide call because if they're covering lines like that, that's all right. North are really good. Whew, I really like this. Alex, what do you think?
3. I watched Port Adelaide last week. Their 4 entries were absolutely horrendous, and a better team like North Melbourne will smash them.
Yeah, I still think it could be 40 or even 35, but the 45 is pushing it, I reckon. But we'll see.
Yeah, 7-goal head start.
But their lack of points against a good team like North Melbourne is not great. Like in the last quarter, they were just bombing it forward, and the Swans' defense, which is okay, we're just like, another intercept mark. This is cool. It wasn't great, like tactically, and a good team like North Melbourne will cut them through the midfield and kick a bunch of goals.
Fair enough.
Interesting. Yeah, North are better than St Kilda and Geelong. So
yeah.
I'd probably go 5 or a 6. I also worry, I actually don't mind the Gold Coast call covering against Brisbane. That's fun.
In the past, I would never.
I just want Brisbane to get beaten.
Yeah, I think Brisbane will win.
I'm
because
death riding this one so hard.
They're a better team, but they haven't been. They've been really bad.
What's my cash out on that one?
Do we call that a Q clash up there or not?
I forgot. Yeah,
sure.
Nice. All right. Time for everybody's favourite segment on a Friday.
Ooh.
The donation.
Donation. This one might actually win. Donation.
Yeah, take it away, Alex.
Yeah, struggled this week because there really isn't a lot on that I'm an expert on. So we'll start off with some cricket. Yes, expert. Expert. Thank you, Dr. Evil. New Zealand head-to-head against Bangladesh in the cricket. Same with India and Pakistan. Moving across to some football. Japan head-to-head against Jim's beloved Canada with Jonathan David.
Yeah,
knew that had come along. England taking on Australia in a friendly this weekend at Wembley. England and over 3.5 goals against Australia. So that's just for the game in total. Sorry, 2.5 goals, not 3.5 goals. I think obviously the Poms should take care of us, even with some injury issues to a few players. They're just much better than us. The Swans head-to-head against Hawthorn in the AFLW, stats guy mentioned. And then across to some horses. Randwick Race 3, number 4, Arctic Glamour. Absolutely blitzed them first up in fast time. This isn't a much better race despite the grading of the race. She should be getting the job done and going on to bigger and better things. And then Caulfield Race 10, number 3, Amelia's Jewel. She's the best horse running at Caulfield tomorrow. She will absolutely pulverise them. She's set to peak third up from a spell, and she'll win well. That donation, I'm a bit annoyed at myself. It's only $36.09 this week.
What? That's still pretty good, but
that's missing a digit.
I could have thrown in another horse somewhere if I really wanted to. Look, if you want to throw in Randwick Race 4 Snowman, it'll take it up to about 150 to 1.
There we go. That's more the donation.
Yeah, that wasn't Larry enough. Can I give that? I'll give it a 10 for a really good multi. But in terms of a donation, I'll give it a 2.
Doesn't feel donatey enough. You should just throw in my entire NFL multi in there as well.
Yeah. Probably should have thrown in France to beat Netherlands tomorrow or something. Yeah,
combine my AFLW one with that.
I don't mind that. The New Zealand, India, Japan over Canada, England over Australia, Swans over Hawks. Yeah, I'll pay that. I'll give it a good 7.
Yeah.
If you want I've got a horse racing multi that I'm taking tomorrow too. So it's a similar sort of price. Those 2 horses that I mentioned, as well as Militarized to win the Caulfield Guineas. And I need to find the other one. What is it? It is Asfura to win race number 5 at Caulfield as well. Those 4 thrown together is about $35.
Oh, cool.
So if you throw that on top of the
other one.
And then throw in Snowman, you'll get about 4,000 to 1.
Nice.
I did take a 8,000 to 1 multi with my Group 1 tips for the weekend though. So
if we don't see Alex on Monday, we know why.
Yeah, it was I think I won 45 grand for $5.
Nice.
He's moved to Bali and living there for a year. Right.
Vietnam. I'd go to Vietnam over Bali.
Put him to Goey.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.